Across my trips to Bali, I have spent a good amount of time in four of the cities. So Canggu, Uluwatu, Ubud, and Seminyak. And I wanted to use this video to really share the differences in the four of those locations in hopes that you'll have a bit more clarity around where is ideal for you to stay on the island based off of your vibe and what you're going for. So if you're new here, hi, my name is Brianne, and I'm currently taking you through all of my 2025 travel in hopes of just sharing my stories and advice and allowing you to feel as though international travel is more attainable. So with these four cities, let's start the furthest north and go down. So Ubud is probably one of the coolest cities that I got to experience because on the main roads, there's, all the hustle and bustle of the motorcycles, people going here and there, and just like the trendiness of the city. But when you get behind the walls of whatever villa you're staying at or whatever hotel you're at, it's almost as if you were in this like secluded jungle oasis. And so when I stayed in Ubud, I stayed at this resort hotel called I stayed at this hotel called Soulshine, and it was a really cool hotel where they had like the rice terraces in the back of the hotel, and you actually, depending on what package you purchased, they did like a walking tour with you of like, this is the ginger, these are the, lime trees, and the spices. And it was just really cool not to just be like in a hotel, but also get an educational experience around, more of the vegetation and all of that. So really enjoyed Soulshine. Ubud as a concept, like once you get into the main roads, it felt very busy to me, and I personally wasn't like the biggest fan of like going out and about. If anything, I had the most enjoyable time in Ubud when we were at Soulshine. So if you are looking for more of like a jungle feel and more vegetation and an opportunity just to like be in a secluded space, then Ubud may be a place for you to consider. Next up is Canggu. Speaking of trendy, Canggu felt very tourist heavy. Like, I think there were like, the nice cafes and the co-working spaces and all of that jazz. But there was also just a lot of people that were clearly not from Bali. So it's hard to, really get a full feel of the culture and like how Indonesian people on the island operate when that's not the majority of the people that you're seeing day to day. So I didn't love Canggu. Similar situation as Ubud, where the villa that we were at, like behind, it's like tucked into the corner of like one of the main roads, and behind the wall and the door of the villa, like you felt as though you were in a whole different place. Like, I think that's what's really cool about a lot of the architecture and just like accommodations in Bali, where the decor, the design, like the ways that they create these oases, if you will, like it's a very unique thing to Bali, and it's definitely something, that you will not see in many other places in the world. So huge supply of villas and accommodations. And it's really just like, okay, what's your vibe? And how do you match that on your Airbnb search? So Canggu's cool. Definitely like a spot for digital nomads, high energy, fast paced. There are some beach clubs in Canggu. I did not dabble into those, but so that is Ubud. Now, Seminyak it's really, if you want to be somewhere that's like close to the airport, and also somewhere where you do have a beach, you have shopping, you have spas, then Seminyak is somewhere to consider. I will say that the only thing that I kind of expected in Seminyak but didn't actually see in reality was the beaches. Like the beaches that have like pretty dark sand in Seminyak as well as in Canggu. And so if you're looking for like the crystal clear waters, you're not going to find them on these northern beaches of the island. You have to go further south and then on the east side. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great place for nightlife, for good food, watching the sunset. Like the sunsets from Seminyak were stunning. And speaking of sunsets, I'll move on to the last part of the island that I spent significant time in, which is Uluwatu. And Uluwatu has some of the coolest beach clubs. I think what's really dope about that part of the island is there's so much development on top of the cliffs, where if you are going to a beach club, for example, to see the sunset and also dance and also eat and then also like have a beautiful view, like you literally have all of that in one place. And I think I will say the beach clubs like on the south side in Uluwatu, they definitely do a great job with marketing. Very good, social media presence, just for you to get an understanding of like what the vibe is for each of the beach clubs. So those are nice. You can probably tell, found the beaches in Uluwatu to be the most beautiful. And it's just, I haven't been to Hawaii, but I can imagine that, between watching the surfers and having like the beachside. So they have like beachside, what do you call it? They have like beachside bars, but a lot of them in the part of Uluwatu I was in. So I was, what I'm explaining right now is all like, where Sullivan Beach is, but they have literally like these beach bars on a cliff, and you're essentially, enjoying your meal, enjoying a drink, and like just looking out into the most beautiful view. Like the rock formations are insane. The water, like the color of the water itself is amazing. And so, yeah, I can just imagine that like Hawaii probably has a similar vibe with the surfers and all that. But yeah, tons of luxury villas down there. I mentioned yesterday, I really actually wanted to stay down there because I knew I was going to spend quite a bit of time on that, like the south side of the island, but there weren't any IHG hotels down there. So ended up just doing the drive down from Seminyak, and it was only like $5 each way. So not bad at all. I think what I also love about Uluwatu is how much slower it is and how much more spread out it is. So I remember like one day I literally just went beach hopping all around Uluwatu and just getting a feel for the different terrain, the different views, the different like feel in the sand. It was really cool. And there's a beach called Sullivan Beach. I just shared that. But they have this really special entrance. I'll definitely have it in the vlog of end of the week. But one of their entrances, in order to even enjoy like the beach part of Sullivan Beach, you have to get there pretty early in the morning. So like 6 to 8 a.m. because by 11 p.m. the tide comes in so high that the entire beach is covered. And it was such a cool experience to be like in between all of these super high rocks. And also under these rocks, there are so many divots where the ocean water and the waves have like just beat into the rock, and you can like go under what felt like a cave to get to the other side of Sullivan Beach. It's very hard to explain. So I'll definitely have to make sure I have the footage crisp and oh, did I bring it? I didn't bring my DJI that day because I had recorded all of that content for my content series before the trip, and all of the content hadn't been transferred over to my SSD. So I actually did not bring my DJI that day. I'll still be sure to include the video of the beach, but everything will probably be in vertical, and I'll just have to have them side by side. But that's for me to figure out and for y'all to enjoy. So 2 more days with, I I did a facial before this and she's glowing. But let me focus. 2 more days of this Bali series, and then I'm really looking forward to, I honestly might just give y'all tons of content the next 2 days because I can show you better than I can tell you with like the different parts of the island and just how stunning it is. So stay tuned. I will have some phenomenal videos baked up, cooked up, chefed up for y'all. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.